here we are in what has to be the most difficult time in the history of hunting the African continent. Trying to keep our operation of 180,000 acres with 68 full-time staff employed 365 days of the year.
I'm sitting on the banks of the Zambezi here when we should all be hunting, but as you obviously know, with the COVID situation, we don't have a single hunt coming through this year.
On the African continent, the COVID pandemic has created a significant rise in the level of wildlife poaching as organized poaching syndicates are pushing into game areas where they perceive a void due to the stoppage of legal, regulated hunting due to travel restrictions. DSC and the DSC Foundation recognize that critical anti-poaching operations in Africa were suddenly at grave risk due to the travel-related shutdown of safari hunting. The resulting loss of funding for anti-poaching operations across Africa has placed wildlife at the mercy of the poacher. We are fighting this battle on its front lines, and our weapon is Hunter's Care. Hunter's Care stands for COVID Anti-Poaching Relief Effort, and this program's targeted focus is to provide emergency financial support to safari operators to ensure that critical anti-poaching work continues during this time of crisis. Since the launch of Hunter's Care in April, DSC has provided 26 grants to safari operators in support of their boots-on-the-ground anti-poaching work. When combined with 21 Hunter's Care grants provided by the DSC Foundation, we are proud to be protecting in excess of 24 million acres across the African continent, and that number will continue to grow.
What we found over this COVID pandemic is that the poaching has skyrocketed. We've invested too heavily in looking after our wildlife to let this go unchecked.
There was a huge poaching endemic in the area. The first few days we really couldn't keep up, but we saw a dramatic impact probably within day 5 or day 6.
We're here in the Ome communal area in Zimbabwe. The area that we look after is 800,000 acres. At the moment, with this COVID and no clients, we've had to reduce our running costs, so we have sent half of the scouts on off with no pay. And now with the finance from DSC and the DSC Foundation, we're able to reinstate those scouts and get our operation up and running back to normal.
Myself and the team have obviously come in contact with the various local stakeholders, and I can't tell you how many times they've come up to me and my team and thanked us for being here, and they're very grateful for the funding that has come that's made this all possible.
With this funding, we've been able to do essential day and night patrols. We've removed some really big snare lines. The biggest snare line we've removed is over 80 snares in one line. Obviously, these snare lines can do massive damage to our wildlife populations, and so it's essential that we keep there on the ground, day in, day out, removing them and protecting the wildlife.
It's been really a tough year. We all are struggling to survive, but luckily we all have the incredible amounts of passion to keep our businesses going.
I know everybody's going through tough times at the moment and things are not easy, and hopefully we'll get through this quick enough. But you, the hunter, are the people who are keeping us afloat here.
We need your support now more than ever.
My company, as well as other operators throughout Africa, are immensely grateful to the DSC, the DSC Foundation and its membership for the grants they have made available in helping us preserve the common goal that we have in wildlife conservation.
The continued success of the Hunter's Care initiative is dependent upon funding. It is important to understand that Hunter's Care features a 100% pass-through of all donations. Every dollar goes directly into the field and onto the front lines in the war against wildlife poaching in Africa. Donations can be made to the Hunter's Care General Fund or directed to a specific safari operator's anti-poaching program of the donor's choosing. The Hunter's Care program is a game-changing initiative that shows the world in unassailable terms that hunters and money generated from hunters are critical and irreplaceable components of wildlife and wilderness conservation in Africa. To continue our work, to increase our efforts, and to make a bigger difference, we need your financial support. To learn how you can support Hunters Care, please visit the DSC Foundation website. Thank you.